Starting a faceless YouTube channel seemed like a no-brainer. The allure of making easy money by uploading videos without ever showing my face was irresistible. After all, who wouldn't want to earn passive income from the comfort of their own home? However, that really hit me hard when my videos barely got any views in the beginning when I started, and that's when I realized that succeeding on YouTube with a faceless YouTube channel isn't just about uploading content. It's about uploading and creating videos that captivate and engage, and it's about creating videos on topics that people are actually interested in. And ultimately, it can be boiled down to a science of sorts once you identify what works, because you can then replicate that over and over again from a different topic to a different video, but the same exact formula. So I embarked on the journey to crack the code of successful faceless YouTube videos, and here's what I discovered. So keep in mind, obviously, this can vary slightly from niche to niche and audience to audience. For example, what works in the entertainment niche might not work as well or the same in the educational tutorial niche. But generally speaking, it works for most. The first step was finding a topic that not only interested viewers, but would also stand the test of time. For this, I turned to TubeBuddy's Keyword Explorer. It was like having a crystal ball because it essentially showed me which topics were in demand and which ones were oversaturated that I didn't want to actually make a video on, right? It wasn't worth it. For example, if you search AI tools, you can see that it's a crowded niche. But if you go one step further and you go artificial intelligence video generator, a little bit more specific, well, that offers a much better opportunity. So use TubeBuddy and play around with different keyword opportunities in the Keyword Explorer. If you're taking shots in the dark with your video topics, then you're ultimately just hoping that one of them will hit. It's just wishing. But if you're using data-backed search traffic analysis like TubeBuddy will show you, then the video topics that you choose will have a much higher likelihood to succeed. Step 2 is scripting the perfect video. The script is the backbone of your actual video in the beginning. So initially I experimented with outsourcing this, and I even tried to write them myself. In my opinion, a human script in your own words works the best. Although for most people just starting a YouTube automation channel, obviously I'm no stranger to this approach really isn't that ROI positive for the time spent on it or the money spent on it if you're outsourcing it as well. So ChatGPT, keyword here, used correctly, can do the heavy lifting for you in most cases. With a simple prompt, you can create a great script that's not only informative, but also engaging. And here's a few tips on what I've learned with this. The first one is tweaking and fine-tuning it. That's absolutely crucial, especially your opening lines in the beginning of the video. They can realistically make or break viewer engagement. Do not just take the boring intro that ChatGPT writes for you on the first draft. Stop, make it better, put it in your own words. You also want to tell it to write the script as if it was explaining the concept to a 7th grader. I found that anything below 7th grade, if you kind of prompt it that way, sounds a little too elementary and a little too dumbed down, and it doesn't sound good. But if you go much above that at the same time, ChatGPT tends to get a little bit wordy, and it can kind of torpedo people's interest with big words and even bigger explanations. So keep it simple. Simple works best for everybody, especially beginners who might not know a lot about what you're explaining, which in a lot of niches, this is the case. And finally, don't just take the script word for word and send it off to your voiceover artist or record it yourself, because often ChatGPT writes scripts that sound a little bit robotic in certain ways, and you might not realize that until you actually get the video produced. Make sure that you're proofreading what it gives you and putting it into your own words. Make it right like you're going to speak it. And that then ties me into the voiceover, which is another critical aspect of this process. Now, I've learned that while AI voiceovers are often tempting for obvious reasons, they're easy, they're cheap, if not free, they don't take the time to record at least. Nothing beats the warmth and relatability of a human voice when they hear it. Viewers connect with people, not robots. And this is why I choose to either record my own voiceovers myself or outsource them to a professional on Fiverr. This ensures that there's authenticity to my voice and that viewers can connect with it when they hear it. Do not skimp on this or you will struggle. People always ask me if you can get away with an AI voiceover, and the short answer is yes, you can get away with it, but it's often a gray area. The long answer is, why would you want to get away with it in the first place, right? You're creating a video that's going to hopefully get better over time, get more views over time, and more ad revenue over time. That's the whole purpose of a YouTube automation channel. Long-term growth, sustainability, increased ad revenue over time. That's ultimately passive, right? Do not try to shortcut and cheapen it, or that is the wrong approach to any business, but especially obviously this. Don't ask yourself how to make it easier. Ask yourself instead, how can I make it better? Example, like look around YouTube. How many successful faceless channels are crushing it with AI voiceovers? Literally take a little bit of time, and look around. Are there some? Sure, there's probably some, but not many, and certainly not as many with good human voiceovers. We've all heard from time to time that the voiceover, the audio, is the most important part of your video. People will stick around if the video isn't as good, but if the audio isn't crisp, if it doesn't sound good, they're just gonna leave. So do not skimp on the voiceover and try not to use AI. Do not shortcut it. Step 4 is engaging video graphics. So for the visuals, I explored several options from whiteboard animations to stock videos and motion graphics, and it was really all about finding what best suited my content and my audience for that specific channel. The key was to tell a story through the visuals, making the content not just informative, but also visually appealing and as entertaining as possible. Either go the whiteboard animation route, which you can hire good people on Fiverr for as little as like $10 to $15 per video, and these people create high quality whiteboard animations, or go the motion graphics route with transitions and hire somebody who can put a good edit together, but this can be a little bit more pricey. Obviously, keep that in mind. But again, do not skimp on your videos, just like the voiceover. Don't ask yourself how you can make this easier or cheaper. Instead, ask yourself, how can I make this better? If you're pumping out lots of videos super cheap, congratulations, right? You'll have tons of bad videos that no one watches on a channel, and it'll cost you a lot more money in the long run by taking that approach. Instead, think better, like I said, invest in your videos, and you can thank me later. The 5th thing is the power of thumbnails and titles. Now, I can't stress enough the importance of a good thumbnail and an engaging title. These are the first points of contact with your potential viewers, and a compelling title and an eye-catching thumbnail are what get people to click on your video. I've said it time and time again, you can have the best video in the world, but if nobody clicks, doesn't matter. So invest time in learning Photoshop and observing, successful channels in your niche. It can help you tremendously. What's working for them? Try to replicate that and put your own spin on it, and use the ingredients that's working for them in your own actual videos. But perhaps the easiest route here is just hire somebody to do this for you as well. Hence why it's called YouTube automation, and you tend to outsource a lot of this process. Now, I still use Fiverr for my thumbnails, and you can find a great graphic designer to create high quality thumbnails for you on Fiverr for $5. There are a bunch of them. Plus, don't just settle for your initial thumbnail either. If you think a video is good, but maybe it didn't get the initial views you were expecting it to, maybe not enough people clicked on it, so YouTube stopped suggesting it. Try to maybe switch the title up or the thumbnail up, because often a small change can suggest it again in the algorithm. And if it starts to get a click-through rate that's a little bit better, it'll start getting more views. So do not be afraid to go back and tweak previous titles and previous thumbnails if they don't do that well. Finally, the secret sauce to YouTube's success, especially with faceless channels, is consistently uploading high-quality videos. Each video is an opportunity to attract new viewers, and more importantly, a collection of great videos encourages binge watch sessions, which gives the chance of gaining loyal subscribers and the algorithm picking your videos up. I've covered this crucial concept of binge sessions in several other videos. There's one up in the right-hand corner right now if you want to learn more. The truth is, there's still a massive opportunity for tons of money to be made with a channel just like this on YouTube. Despite the platform's saturation in some niches, there's always room for channels that bring something unique to the table, be it through innovative topics, captivating scripts, authentic voiceovers, or visually striking graphics. Remember, YouTube isn't just a platform where you upload videos. It's a community that's eager for content that enlightens, but also entertains and connects. So as you take on this journey, focus on not necessarily cutting corners, but enhancing every element of your content and making great videos. That's the shortcut. Most people hear YouTube automation channel or faceless YouTube channel, and they think that it's some hack to get rich quick, but it is not. It's simply just a form of uploading videos to YouTube, and if you start looking at this like a business and a system of outsourced steps, you'll succeed a lot faster, I promise you. And honestly, just by approaching it that way, you'll already differentiate yourself and your videos from the loads of other people trying to find shortcuts that smart viewers are just gonna see right through.